Hi, I'm Michelle, and this is a short introductory video to what kinesiology is and how it works. Kinesiology, pronounced kin-easy-ology, is essentially the study of movement, and it uses muscle testing to reveal where the imbalances are in the body. Every muscle in the body belongs to a particular circuit. For example, the quadriceps in the thigh to the small intestine circuit, and the upper trapezius here in the neck and the shoulder to the kidney circuit. If your muscle weakens against my pressure, so here we've got a muscle, if it stays strong, it's good. If it weakens, that means there's an imbalance somewhere in the circuit. And when I mean where in the circuit, this could be structure, so bones, tendons, ligaments, lymphatic tissue. We look at the nutritional realm to correct these imbalances. I've got supplements to help perhaps restore, nourish, cleanse an area, or maybe there is something that you are eating that is upsetting the circuit. We have a look at the emotions, and all the way through a session we are talking about emotional imbalances, because emotions can definitely disrupt muscle circuits. And then we've got the energy, and you will see this in the demonstration a little bit later. So essentially, kinesiology reveals those imbalances, but also gives you a lot of information as to what is needed to help correct it and maintain it. Also, I would like to share with you just a couple of stories or accounts that have happened since I have been working as a systematic kinesiology practitioner. And right at the very beginning, there was a teenager that came to me, and she was in a wheelchair. She hadn't been able to walk for a long time, out of the blue, could not stand up, had no power in her leg muscles whatsoever. And she had been to see doctors and physios and had all the tests and the scans and you name it, did many things. And within one session, we identified what the problem actually was. So a lot of the leg muscles are actually connected with intestinal areas, and this is what we worked with. And within a few sessions, she actually came in with crutches, so she had a bit more power, she was able to move a bit, and then a few sessions more. It didn't take too long, it wasn't too many sessions, and she was able to walk again and run just like a normal teenager should. And there was another account where there was a lady who loved playing tennis, and she had injured herself on the court one day. And as a consequence, she was unable to play anymore and let alone do any form of exercise. And this was a one-session fix. It was a technique that I used called injury recall, and that releases the trauma from the tissues. And that was immediate. After the session, there was no pain. She was able to play again and just continue with her life as normal. So really, kinesiology is for absolutely everyone, for people who are healthy and want to maintain health, prevent ill health, and also for people who are chronically sick and unwell. It really is for all types of imbalances. And it can address things like digestive disturbances, immune disorders, skin problems, headaches, migraines, not being able to sleep, menopause, hormonal imbalances, many different types of imbalances can be addressed. And being healthy is so important. If you are unwell, how can you help the people around you? How can you live your life to your fullest potential if you are not feeling quite right? So now let's have a look at a demonstration of how kinesiology works. Alright, so I'm now going to do a kinesiology demonstration with the lovely Nati. She does Ashtanga and Hatha Yoga here at Centro Terapias Mezquida in Javia. So I've never worked on Nati before, but before we do any session, of course, we do a very detailed look as to what's going on and that lifestyle and diet and all the rest of it before we actually get on to doing the session. So with Nati, I'm going to test the abdominal muscles. It's connected to small intestine circuit. So leg at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to push down, and Nati has to keep her leg up. It's a 2-second muscle test. So let's have a look. And hold. Okay. And hold. Okay. So the leg muscle weakens after those 2 seconds. It shows us that there is an imbalance. Do you have any lower back problems or digestive upsets, bloating?
Lower back, no, but sometimes, well, maybe these days, I'm feeling like my stomach is like inflated.
Okay.
So something that I ate that I feel.
Okay.
The inflammation.
Right. So because this muscle belongs to the small intestine, and because of the location of the abdomen, if it's weak here, it can cause problems on the back. So Nati does not have back problems, but on the odd occasion she does get bloating. So I'm going to have a look at some supplements that will help with bloating. So I've got some supplements that should help with bloating, and this is the thing with kinesiology, is that there is no guesswork. The right supplement is going to make a muscle change. It's going to strengthen. So I'm just going to put this here on the neck. Oh,
Pardon. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and the hands in a neutral position. And let's have a look to see if this one will work. And hold up. No. And hold. And let's see, and hold. It's a bit better, that's spirulina, but not quite. Let's look at these two. And hold. Oh, I've changed sides. And hold. Okay, so none of those which I picked. Let's try these two. And hold, and hold. See that one again? And hold. 1, 2. That's it. SS. That's it. It's essential oil of mint. Mint. The aceite esencial. Yeah. And hold. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you can see it strengthens the muscle. Okay, so we have got the supplement. So we've got the supplement. I'm now going to have a look at batch flower remedies to see if anything comes up. As I mentioned before, the emotional realm is very important to work with, and emotions can literally disrupt muscle circuits and cause great imbalance. So I'm just going to have a look at some. Some general ones. Okay, let's put that over there. And hold. Okay. And hold. And hold. Okay, none of those. So I'm just having a look at some batch flower remedies that are associated with small intestine realm which is connected to joy, lack of joy. So I don't really know anything about Nati, so I can't. But usually, if I know, then I will know what batch flower remedies to go to. And hold. Okay, so none of those. Maybe you could give me some emotional words, things that are going on right now, things like working too hard, fears, anger, anything like that.
Maybe some fears are around, and also I'm having lack of time, feeling like having lack of time.
Lack of time, okay, yes. Okay, we can have
new things.
New things.
Like a new things going on. So,
okay.
I don't know if that is giving me some.
Yes. I did test a batch flower remedy with that. But let's have a look at these that you've mentioned. And hold. Okay, let's see that one again. And hold. Yeah, okay, that one strengthens. So we've got a remedy which is associated with fears, aspen, which is what if fears, ¿qué pasa si?
Yeah, that is sound.
Okay, let's put this away. Okay, so now that I have the supplement and the batch flower remedy for emotions, I can then proceed to correcting the muscle imbalance. So, Nati, is it okay for you to take 2 drops of the batch flower remedy under your tongue? Okay. There we go. I'm just going to place these next to you. And so the lymphatic stimulation for the abdominals are on the inside part of the thigh, so I'm going to be working here. So how is that? Sometimes it can be quite tender, especially if there is a structural problem. So with lower back pain, this can be, it's the most unpleasant part of the treatment, but necessary. So these areas that I'm stimulating, they are called the Chapman's reflexes. And Frank Chapman was a well-known osteopath, and he found after quite a number of years there's a given combination of tender areas that were associated with a dysfunctional organ or gland. And lymph is very important because it goes hand in hand with the blood. It cleanses it and it removes pathogens and harmful materials, so it's very, very important to keep the blood clean. So all good here?
Mm-hmm. I can feel in the deepest point that is something there.
You can, yeah.
I can feel. And also there.
Here as well.
Yeah. Like if I have like a hematoma, like something.
Like a bruise feeling, yes. Yeah, that's quite commonly felt. Okay, so after this correction, I'm now going to run the meridian energy line for the small intestine. So in kinesiology, we use the concept of the Chinese acupuncture, but we do not use needles in order to move the energy. There are meridian exchange points, and this helps to jumpstart the meridian pertaining to the small intestine. So let's go back to the lymphatics for a moment. Is it the same or has there been a bit of a change?
Now I feel a little less parts, so I think you one there.
Here?
Yes.
There's a little bit more, but it's less up
Less
above, yeah? Okay. Great. And that's what happens, is that when the congestion in the lymphatic areas are very tender and you start to move it with the energy techniques and the meridian, and also now I'm going to work some neurovascular reflexes in a moment, it significantly reduces these tender areas. Okay, so now I'm just going to touch the neurovascular areas on the head. These are Bennett's neurovascular reflex points. And he used a fluoroscope, which was a type of X-ray machine which delivered, it was a continuous type of X-ray machine, and it was discovered that when holding certain points, it enhanced the circulation, blood and nerve flow to those parts of the body. In this case, it would be small intestine. I like to go back to the lymphatic reflexes quite a number of times because these are the areas that typically get very congested. And is also the most noticeable, from being very tender to drastically reducing. Okay, and is that still a bit tender?
Less.
Less, okay. Good, so I'm going to remove the batch flour and the supplement. Here we go. And we're going to test the muscle again. Okay, let's have a look. And hold. Good, okay, and hold. 1, 2, good. Okay, let's check this one. And hold. 1, 2, good, and it's like a rock there. So now I can do a little bit of food testing. So I'll just test with some bit of bread and some milk to see how this muscle responds. Okay, so you can see that the muscle is strong. And hold. If I place some food around the neck area and the muscle stays strong, it means it's neutral or beneficial. If the muscle weakens, it means that the body has a sensitivity to it. Okay, let's have a look. And hold. And hold. Okay, and it weakens. And that's just normal white bread. Let's have a look at this second type of bread. And hold. And hold. 1, 2, good, okay, that one is strong. This is gluten-free.
Gluten-free?
And let's try this one here. And hold. And hold. You can immediately see that it starts to weaken there.
What is this?
And that's milk. So just normal, regular milk. Kinesiology helps to correct imbalances and gives you tools to understand what is going on in the body and what to do to elevate your health and maintain it to a high standard. There is not one way to fix a person, and we are all biochemically individual. That is why kinesiology is so effective. Kinesiology has roots in the chiropractic field and is the brainchild of George Goodhart, and he is an American chiropractor. If we have a look at the vertebrae of the spine, there are these areas called the intervertebral foramina, and these are the spaces in between the vertebrae, and they are nerve bundles that transmit information to and from the brain, and this gives very, very valuable information as to the physiological process and the function of the body and all the organs and glands. So George Goodhart formulated 5 primary factors that involved correcting imbalances. There are actually now 7, but it's neurolymphatic reflexes, neurovascular, acupuncture meridian points, cerebral spinal fluid, the nutritional reflex and the emotional reflex. By being healthy, you can do so much more. How can you look after others when you are unwell? You can live life to your fullest potential by being healthy. Kinesiology is helping so many people in a multitude of ways. You've just got to go and see it for yourself.